Hi and welcome back to another music theory episode. In today's episode, let's explore harmonic function and basic chord functions. We're gonna talk about things like the one for 5 chords and their role in music. So let's take the tour. But what is a harmonic function? In music, to understand how chords and notes behave within a key, we use a system called harmonic function. This system helps us see the role that the notes and chords play within any given key. And we often use Roman numerals to represent these chords. When we combine the knowledge of the circle of fifths with harmonic function, you'll be able to transpose any song to any key with ease, and you'll be able to know which kind of chords to play. So harmonic function is simply the role a chord plays within a key. The main 3 harmonic functions that you'll bump into is probably the tonic on step 1, the subdominant on step 4, and the dominant on step 5. So first we have the tonic, which feels like the home bass. Then we have the 4th chord on the 4th step, the subdominant, which adds a little bit of tension and movement away from the tonic. Then we have the dominant on step 5, which has a stronger tension and wants to lead back to the tonic. Back with the Roman numerals in the harmonic functions, the ones in uppercase are major chords, and the ones in lowercase are minor chords, except for step 7, which is actually a diminished chord. But we'll talk more about this minor and the diminished chord in the next episode. Okay, so let's take a look at the harmonic functions from a C major scale. C major is all the white keys, and the 1 chord, our tonic, is going to be our first note on the scale, which is the C in C major. And we're going to create a triad with 1, 3, 5. So we're going to use the first note, then skip the second one and use the 3rd note, skip the 4th one and use the 5th note. And there we have our tonic chord, the C major chord. Next note on the scale is the D, and we're going to create a chord from the steps 1, 3, 5 from the D note. So we skip the second one, we take the 3rd, skip the 4th one and take the perfect 5th. And there we have D minor. Then the 3rd step, also a minor chord. The 4th step, a major chord. The 5th step, major chord. 6th step, minor chord. And then finally, a diminished chord. And then we get another tonic on the C octave. Right, so now with these harmonic functions we can create chord progressions, and one of the most common chord progression is the 1 for 5. So we're gonna have the tonic to the subdominant to the dominant and then back to the tonic chord. In C major that would be the C chord, our tonic, up to the 4th chord, the F, to the dominant G, the 5 chord, and then back to the 1 chord, the C. Now let's take a brief look at the circle of fifths and see how the harmonic functions and the circle of fifths are related. If we take the key signature of C major, we have our 1 chord, our root, the tonic, and then counterclockwise we have our 4 chord, the F, our subdominant, and clockwise we have our 5 chord, the dominant, the G. And now if you practice the circle of fifths, no matter where you go here on the circle of fifth and you pick your key signature, say that we want to play in E major, and we pick that as our key signature, and that's going to be our root, our tonic. And counterclockwise, we're going to find the 4 chord, and the 4 chord will be the A, and our 5 chord will be a B. So our key signature and tonic is E. And the 4 chord is going to be the A, and the 5 chord B. back to the tonic. Yeah, so that's 1, 4, 5, all right. So this is really one of the beautiful things about knowing the circle of fifths, because you can easily find the different harmonic functions, no matter what kind of key signature you select or want to play in. So no matter what kind of key signature you pick, it's going to be super easy to pick out the chords. We can of course also find other harmonic functions than just the 1, 4, 5 chords on the circle of fifths, but let's talk more about that in an upcoming episode. Right, so that's all for today. Now your assignment for this episode is to practice the different 1, 4, 5 harmonic functions with different key signatures. So pick key signatures from the circle of fifth and find your 1, 4, 5 chords and practice play these progressions. Right, so let's continue working on harmonic functions in the next episode. My name is Mattias. Bye.